Okay, so get this right. Today we are diving into this really tough situation. Two cats, Jasper and Anika, and they are dealing with FIV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, feline immunodeficiency virus.
Okay.
And it's basically like, HIV, but in cats.
Right.
And the thing is, treatment is really expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, we're talking like $150 on the low end
Yeah, okay.
to like $2,000 per treatment.
Oh, my goodness.
And the worst part is pet insurance won't cover it.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. So it makes you think, how accessible is healthcare really for our pets? What are we doing for them?
Yeah.
So let's talk about these two fur balls, Jasper and Anika.
Okay.
So first, Jasper. He's this majestic Norwegian forest cat.
Beautiful.
And get this, he was actually homeless for 3 years before he found his forever home.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? 3 years on the streets?
That's incredible, yeah.
And then he becomes his owner's emotional support animal. But then sadly, Jasper gets sick, and that's when they find out he has FIV.
Oh, no.
And that vet visit alone was $1,500. So then we have Anika. She is a black Burmese,
Okay.
really playful, spunky little cat.
Cute.
But she also has FIV.
She does.
Yeah, and so, being a black cat and having FIV,
That's a double whammy there.
it's tough, right?
Yeah.
People just kind of write them off.
Yeah, it's sad how those perceptions really affect their chances,
It really is.
And I mean, think about it. She probably got FIE from Jasper
Right, because
they live together.
we live together.
Yeah, so it's kind of this like, a double heartbreak, right?
It is.
Because they're so close.
Yeah.
And now they're both facing this.
So the owner's in a tough spot. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
how
do you even begin to deal with that, right?
right.
Yeah.
And it's not just a one-time thing like, okay, you pay the $1,500 and you're good.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, this is like their immune systems are weaker now. So anything, even like a little sniffle,
Oh, it could be
it
serious.
could turn into something major.
More vet visits, more bills. Yeah.
And more bills, yeah.
It's like a never-ending cycle.
So, I'm curious, like, what is the owner doing? Like, what can you even do in this situation?
Right, right. Well, she seems really dedicated to these cats.
Yeah.
Not just taking care of them, but like doing something more,
Yeah, what's she doing?
So she's actually set up like a whole thing online.
Okay.
She has a website,
Wow.
a Facebook page, and even a YouTube channel
Seriously?
to like share their story and raise money for their care.
That's incredible. I mean, that takes a lot of effort.
It really does.
So she's using all this like to just get money for their treatment?
Well, that's part of it for sure, but it's bigger than that.
Okay.
Like she wants to make a real change,
So it's not just about helping Jasper and Anika.
Exactly.
It's like all animals.
Right. Yeah, she wants everyone to know about FIV, like break down those myths and make vet care more affordable for everyone.
Okay, that's huge.
It is.
I mean, fundraising is great for like right now, but she's looking at the bigger picture.
Exactly. It's like you can keep putting bandages on a wound,
Right.
but she wants to heal it for good.
So how is she going about this? Like, what kind of changes is she pushing for?
Well, one thing she's really focused on is transparency in vet pricing.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like right now, it's kind of a black box,
Yeah.
You don't always know what you're paying for.
Oh yeah, you get that bill.
Exactly.
And it's just like a bunch of numbers and codes.
Now you just have to trust them, right?
Right. Like, how do you even compare prices between different vets?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
So she's saying if there was more transparency, pet owners could make better decisions, maybe shop around a bit.
That makes sense. It would hold those vet clinics accountable too.
Exactly.
So what else is she doing?
She's also pushing for more financial aid programs for pet owners.
Okay.
Like there are some out there, but they're not enough.
And they're usually for emergencies, right?
Right. But FIV is a chronic condition.
So you need help over the long term.
Exactly. So she wants programs that cover more treatments, especially for people who can't afford it.
It's heartbreaking to think that people have to like give up their pets because they can't afford their care.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
So, anything else?
She's also advocating for more government funding for research.
Research, like how would that help?
Well, if we understand FIV better, we might find better treatments, maybe even ways to prevent it.
Oh, I see.
It's a long-term solution.
Right, but an important one.
Definitely.
So it's like a three-pronged approach, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Awareness, policy changes, and research.
Exactly.
And it sounds like she's not just talking about it, she's actually out there doing it.
Oh yeah, she's really active in like animal welfare groups, going to meetings, even contacting politicians.
Wow, that's dedication.
It's inspiring, you know.
That is, it really is.
Like anyone can make a difference, even if you're not going through something like this yourself.
It feels like she started this conversation that we all need to be having.
Yeah, it's bigger than just two cats. It's about all animals.
So if someone's listening and they're thinking, I want to help, what can they do?
There's a lot you can do. Even small things can help.
Okay.
Like you could donate to an animal shelter, volunteer your time,
Cool.
or even just like share this story with your friends.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
And if you're really passionate, you could reach out to like your local representatives.
Yeah, let them know you care about this issue.
You know, it's easy to get overwhelmed by all of this, but seeing her take action, it gives me hope.
Me too. It shows that one person can really make a difference.
So what else can we take away from this deep dive? What's the like big takeaway here?
That's a good question.
It makes you think, you know, like, what does it even mean to be a responsible pet owner?
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it just like you feed them, give them a place to live, love them?
Right, like the basics.
Or is there more to it?
I think a lot of people stop there. You know, like make sure they have their shots, go to the vet once a year.
Right, spay or neuter.
Exactly.
But what about this, you know, the money part?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how do you plan for a chronic illness? It's not like you can just, budget for it.
Right, like $2,000, that's a lot.
Yeah, for most people, that's a huge chunk of change.
It makes you wonder how many people are having to choose between like taking care of their pet
Yeah.
and their own finances.
It's a tough decision to make.
So maybe being responsible means having those hard conversations, you know,
Oh, definitely.
before you even get the pet.
Like, what are the risks? What could happen? Can you afford it?
Yeah, it's like we fall in love with that cute face,
Those puppy dog eyes.
but we don't always think about the long haul.
No, we don't. And it's not about blaming anyone. It's just like pets are a responsibility.
Right.
They need
So maybe it's like it takes a village, you know?
That's a good way to put it.
Like we need more support for pet owners who are struggling.
Yeah, definitely.
Better access to vet care, more research.
So we can prevent these diseases in the first place.
This deep dive has been like a real eye-opener.
Yeah, it has.
We've learned so much about FIV, about how expensive pet care can be.
And this amazing owner fighting for change.
But I feel like there's still one more thing.
Like a final thought.
Yeah, like what do we want people to walk away with?
Well, I think the big thing is this. What does responsible pet ownership mean to you?
Oh, that's good.
It's different for everyone, but we need to think about it.
And then what can you do?
Right.
Really?
Even small things can make a difference.
Like donating, volunteering.
Talking to your friends about it?
Yeah, it's all about taking care of each other and our animals.
Exactly.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And to everyone listening, keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep advocating for those who can't speak for themselves.
Beautifully said.